lying to you guys. I fucking hate this podcast. I got a third nipple that lactates when babies cry.
Welcome to Alien Theorists Theorizing. I'm Braden.
I'm Zell.
I'm Mr.
Dan.
Conspiracy.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, shit.
That's right. I am back.
And we have him on camera.
Luckily, we don't have to see it, so at least I can finish the show. For all of those wondering, too, Keysfile 100, I left my webcam at in Zell's studio.
Setup you guys got going in here now.
It's changed a lot since last time you were here, I think.
A lot has happened. Yeah, a lot has happened. I've listened to a few more of the episodes. I've heard that the demon is still in here and he's doing well.
He lurks in here.
Kicks around and
He
makes some
fucks around in
noises
here.
and shit.
Yeah.
Yes, I like it.
No, it's been a lot of work done in the studio.
Yeah, it's looking good.
I'm loving it. It's pretty much all I do now.
How was your trip, Mr. Conspiracy?
Fill us in.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah,
It's all right.
just okay.
No,
So,
I did.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? What'd you hit? Just give us a rundown where you were.
Where did I go?
Give us a best story, a highlight story.
Started in Thailand. Did Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam. Supposed to do Indonesia. Then said fuck it and went and did Oktoberfest in Germany. Jumped on a train. Went to the Netherlands. Here's the first grievance. When I went to Germany, I told you guys that I was getting on a train, and then I was going to Amsterdam. That's perfect. And Dan was like, "Amsterdam's not in Germany, fucking idiot." And I was like, "Yeah, no shit. It's in the fucking Netherlands, jackass."
That was the first one that comes to mind?
First one. Oh, bugged the shit out of me. I was like, I never said it was in there. Like, come on, Dan. Come on. No, did that. Amsterdam. Then I went back to Thailand for some diving. Got my open water divers, which was...
How many dives did you do?
I did 6.
Oh, you didn't go
Six
every
dives.
day or something for a month, or?
No, it's pretty expensive, and I had quite the back injury, actually, when I was doing it, so...
Does it have to do with jumping through fire rings?
Not this time. Not this time. No, then I went to Australia, and fuck, that goddamn continent did not like me, man.
So, the continent does exist.
Oh, well, I don't know.
You can confirm that you went there, or?
Are you sure you weren't in South Africa?
I had some people say some weird shit about South Africa while I was being there. I'm like, isn't this Australia? And they're like, oh, yeah. No, yeah, that's what I meant. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
I said South Australia.
Yeah, and I was like, no.
Must have been my accent.
Hey, some Australian accents are just the worst things I've ever heard in my life.
What do you mean the worst thing?
Can't understand it. Like, imagine like the thickest Canadian accent you've ever heard, and then the guy's pissed on like 30 beers.
That's the...
Like, it's so hard to understand. Like, they'd say something, and I'd just look at them all dumb and be like, what?
Are you saying that an Australian accent is just a really Canadian accent, but then really drunk?
No, it's just that's how hard it is.
That's how hard it is.
You heard it here first.
The South African Australian Canadian accent.
Some Australian accents are pretty hard to understand. When I first met Byron, when Byron first came to Canada and we got drunk together, it was like that. It was just like, all right, I got it. I was like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Byron gets a couple beers in him. I even still have a hard time.
It's hilarious too.
I'm pretty sure Zelly just asked me a question there, but
you didn't catch that?
No.
What was the best story? What was the best story from Australia, or from any of your travels?
From Australia?
Or anyone? Give us a fun.
Mr. Conspiracy, keep that mic close to you.
Man, I'm gonna be eating it soon.
Well, just Mike, you can do it.
Okay.
You got it.
I got a funny story from. It's too bad Andrew isn't here because listening to him talk about all his saving lives stories.
He might be watching.
Maybe. He helped me actually know what to do when I watched. I saw a girl who was super fucked out of her mind. She fell and cracked the back of her skull open pretty bad.
Oh, for real?
So we went to this place in Pai in northern Thailand, and we ended up just booking it online. It looked nice, and we get there, and it's out in the middle, like rice paddies and stuff. It's gorgeous, but it's like the one place that everyone goes to do shrooms, to do ecstasy, to do any type of drug you can get there. So we're sitting at the bar, and we're having some drinks and stuff, and these people who are right tripping on shrooms are playing pool, and the girl just straight up like ha ha ha, and then just falls backwards, and like smashes her fucking head off the concrete, and like they're all freaking out, and like they put her feet up on pillows, and they put her head on a pillow, and they're like slapping her in the face. I'm like watching them, like, oh, what the fuck are these idiots doing? So I walk over there, and I'm like, hey, like, do you mind if I got my first aid? Like, let me give it a hand. Step in. I'm like, hey, like, my name's Scott. Like, do you mind if I touch you? Like, are you okay? She just eyes are like in the back of her head. She's twitching out. All I did was like roll her into the recovery position, and she took like one deep breath, like, and then came back, out of it, and like looked around, and her fucking boyfriend then shoved me so hard, absolutely like football tackled me over. Was like, get the fuck off her. And I stand up and I'm like,
I just saved her life.
yeah. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like you were just hitting her in the face. Like I watched you just hit her in the face like 10 times, and then you get mad at me. And yeah, that was it. She ended up getting up and she tried to go to bed after that, but she was conkied right out of it. So I told her, I was like, yeah, don't do that. But then they're all fucked on shrooms too at the same time. So they're a bunch of them were running around making noises. Oh, dude, it was. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Huh. It's awesome.
I like how you think you saved a girl's life by rolling her into the recovery
Hell yeah.
position, as if that's
She
it.
she could have puked. She could have like
that was it. That was the key.
they put her feet up. Like they elevated her feet and then we're just hitting her in the face. Like, wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. Yeah.
That's an interesting story. I will have to get Andrew's analysis of it.
Yeah.
I think he didn't show up today because he knew you had a list of grievances. He was probably number one on the hit list.
Andrew, yeah, he's an asshole. That's for sure.
But hey, before we get into some conspiracies I'm going to talk, why don't we get into some space news?
I didn't know you're doing space news because we don't usually do it on Power Hour, so I don't have any space news.
I had a couple. I had 3 things.
I didn't even know we could do
Wait.
space news.
Well, guys,
I'm ready for it.
I didn't have space news as well, but because Mr. Conspiracies had a year to plan, I'm sure he had some space news prepared.
Hey, the last time I had space news, I got reamed the fuck out. Apparently bringing one card in with something written on it is not good enough for this podcast. So.
Well, it's good enough, but
Newsflash, the moon, it's still there.
Yeah.
still there.
The moon? Hashtag not made of cheese. Okay.
What do you got for us, Mr. Conspiracy, for space news?
Like Zelly said, man. Usually we don't do space news on a Power Hour. I don't have space news. That's your gig, man.
Oh, it's funny.
I love that because I actually had some like space news like prepped out, and then I was like, right before I said space news, I was like, I'm gonna close these and just put Mr. Conspiracy on the spot.
Okay, well, I'll jump into just the conspiracy that fucking space. Everyone thinks, well, not everyone. There's a bunch of people who just think space is completely fake.
Oh,
So you've done 100 episodes of fake space news.
all fake. All
All
space is fake. It's all.
Everything's fake. We just live
Fake
under a
space.
big glass dome.
Is it glass
Well-
or is it water or what? I've heard both.
I don't know, man. You see some people who post videos on like YouTube and stuff, and they're just so for it. It's a big glass dome, and then there's water over top of that, and it's like,
Hey man, it's a snow globe.
Someone just gives it a little shake and it snows just a little bit. Just
Yeah.
Could be. Why not?
Yeah, it's I don't buy into that
How
for
about-
1 second.
How about this for space news? Can you tell us any? Do you do any good space watching, like sky watching, when you're in Australia, like in some of those outback areas?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So there's a few times that the van broke down in the middle of fucking nowhere.
The conspiracy machine.
Oh yeah. Like we'd be fucking Australia, man. You drive for 800 kilometers. There's nothing.
At all.
No little towns, nothing. Only in some areas. So like, there's a few times that we broke down because it would get incredibly fucking hot. There'd be no towns around us, and at night, man, you could see everything. The Milky Way, like,
just perfect.
Probably the best star watching I've ever seen. It was fantastic.
Yeah, when I was in Australia, I did like it was called like the Whit Sundays. Is that what it's called? Like,
I was there.
Like Whitehaven Beach, like really nice beaches.
Gorgeous.
And then you get on a sailboat, and you go for like a 2-day sailing trip. And at nighttime, they just park the boat, turn off all the lights, and you just sit there, and the sky was unbelievable.
Okay, so my buddy Dayton Rhodes is out there working for one of the cruise lines off the Whitsundays right now.
Oh, lucky bastard.
Yeah, he is living it, man. Oh, pretty jelly.
Yeah, that's sweet.
He's living it. He's living on a boat.
He's living on a boat.
He's a tour guide, so he just gets drunk with people all day on a boat, and they go to like these little islands and stuff, and like they
tries to pick up foreign travelers.
Oh, that's all he does. Guy's a beauty. Just
He's
living
a
the best
beauty.
life. Oh yeah.
He's picking up German travelers every other night.
German,
Guten
Canadian,
Tag.
American. Oh yeah. Guten Morgen.
Did you hear about any
Hold on. Let's talk about a phone call you made to me from Oktoberfest.
Okay.
Okay. I made a
Do you
phone
remember
call
that
to you?
phone call?
No, fuck no.
Yeah. Okay, so you called me so fucking drunk it was the middle of the night here on like a work day.
Yeah. That sounds like okay.
And I pick up the FaceTime. It's a FaceTime call, and you're there, and you're fucking howling, and you're like, I can't even remember what you're like. Do you know what this word is? You're like through tears and laughing. You're like, you'll never believe what this sign says. And I'm like, what, man? You're like, ass and farts. It says ass and farts, and you're just howling.
Where the fuck did I see a sign that said ass and farts?
I don't know. So then I was like trying to look up German words that are close to ass and farts. Couldn't find anything. You gonzoed wearing your stupid little Peter Pan outfit.
Oh, buddy. That, Oktoberfest gets crazy. Around like 2 a.m., it gets...
Just nuts.
Everybody's drunk. And I don't mean like, stumbling around. I mean like, you step outside the doors and people are fucking right there. Dicks out. People are bent over fucking picnic tables, just railing each other. It's insane. So many people, yeah.
So it's Oktoberfest is a public orgy.
Oh, it gets to be just a big fuck fest, yeah.
Wild. Yeah, one day.
I like how you flew. You're in Thailand, and you're like, "No, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fly around the world again to Oktoberfest." And then
Halfway back.
how long were you there?
In Germany?
Yeah.
I did 5 days in Germany and
then
6 days in the Netherlands.
Okay, so that's not bad. 2 weeks, I guess.
It was for my birthday.
That's sweet. And then flew back to Thailand.
Back to Thailand, yeah.
Let's get into some conspiracies. Actually, first off, this is a little bit of space news. I posted on Facebook, and then I was getting shit for the headline, but I just copied the headline and everything from someone sent it to me. It said, "Holy fighter jets scrambled for UFO in Grand Prairie, Alberta," and it shows this slow-moving fighter jet circling, and then you see this thing dart across the screen. They slow-mo. It looks like a long flat disc. There was numerous reports of it just the other day in Grand Prairie, Alberta. Zell, did you watch that video?
I didn't watch it. No.
Oh, well, it's pretty interesting. Go on our Facebook and you find it.
That was in Grand Prairie?
Yeah, and then people were like,
man, that's close to home.
well, everyone was like, chirp, like the original post where I found it. Everyone's like, oh, you fucking, it's just circling around slow. And then it's like, someone's like, it's assisting with the forest fires. And I'm like, a fighter jet? What, fucking fight fire with fire? Or you just shoot missiles at it?
Cold fusion bomb.
Yeah. But,
you could. I mean, you can put out fires with explosives. Like, that's the thing.
is it really, though? Are they
It
sending out
is.
fucking fighter jets to
No, you can.
I don't know. It sounds like a good idea now that you say it.
You can't put out a. You could put out a. I think you could explode a small fire, but you couldn't put out a forest fire.
Are we?
Let me tell you something.
Are we really
I'm
having the
just
argument
making
that
a bigger fire.
whether we should
not the
fight
big
fire with
forest
fire
fire.
or not?
Yeah, we are. We're talking about fighting fire with fire. And I'm telling you,
Fight fire
if-
with fire.
if there was like a small fire and then you shot a missile at it,
You're making a bigger
you
fire.
make a bigger fire.
That's what yeah, you're making a bigger fire. Like I'm chalking that one up to myth.
No, there's like if you set off an explosion, it uses up the oxygen that the fire's trying to use, and if there's no oxygen when the explosion goes off, and there's no more oxygen for the fire to use, it goes out.
There you go, Dan.
How
Dan's
about
onto it.
Yeah,
no?
The
But
Dan's got
original
it.
fire goes out, but now the fire that you just fought the fire with is still alive and active.
Hey, you know what you use on that second fire? More fire. Only way to put that one out.
yeah, the first.
And that's it. It'd be done after that, right?
But anyways, there's a
Well,
lot
I
of
don't know about forest fires, but I know that's how they do it with like oil well fires. Like they'll send it, like they put an explosive down in the drill hole and then shoot it up. They do that, but okay, maybe not forest fires. I don't know, but
Okay, some
That was
fires.
pretty-
Some fires. Let's go with that. Why not?
I'm sure someone will let us know that that's a thing, or send us a video of a clip of someone blowing up a fire.
A few people will tell us that, and then a few people will call us idiots. So either way,
Yeah.
that's all good.
Let's get into some conspiracies. Mr. Conspiracy, what have you been thinking about? What's been going on through your brain in the conspiracy world? We wanna
Conspiracy
pick
brain.
That endless stream of knowledge that is your conscience.
I'm looking at him right now. He has a notebook. He's on page 1. It's a full notebook though, not cue cards.
Yeah. I put the cue cards away.
Cue cards are
I upgraded actually.
cue cards are gone.
He likes a book so that he can close it real quick before you see what's written in it.
He slams it shut.
Don't look!
So my conspiracy of the week is I recently watched the Titanic.
The movie, The Titanic.
I watched the movie The Titanic,
James
and I started.
Cameron? Like the James Cameron one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I watched that, and then I, started listening to some of our podcasts. I started listening to some others, and then I started to do some research, and I don't think that was an accident, man. That shit was sunk on purpose.
And why do you think that?
Well,
I've heard this conspiracy before, so I'm excited to hear what you think.
I got kind of two different conspiracies about the Titanic. The first one is, I think that J.P. Morgan back in the day, he was a huge contributor of the Titanic when it was being built. So now it's sailing day. You invite all your colleagues, everyone that's a person of interest to come and be on board this ship that's unsinkable. It's the new age ship. Like everybody would want to be on it. You think?
Yeah.
So there's a few people. Let me see here.
Few people.
There's a few people.
There's a lot of people on the boat.
Yeah, there's a few people that were against what J.P. Morgan wanted, and that was with the Federal Reserve. J.P. Morgan was a huge person that wanted the Federal Reserve to be brought in. And now this was before that, because I believe the Federal Reserve started in 1913.
I think it's 1913.
1913, and the Titanic.
Or signed in 1913.
Yeah,
and
something like
Dan,
that.
when's the Federal Reserve started?
Yeah, me. I haven't even I haven't done any research on this topic, so I.
All right, Dan's.
Funny
I'm
story.
fine behind.
Well,
December
like I said, we'll just-
1913.
Oh, 1913.
There we go.
You're welcome, Dan.
Okay, so like I said, J.P. Morgan was the one who he was a huge contributor to the Titanic, and he was backing the Rothschilds with the Federal Reserve and stuff like that. So now there was three guys, okay, who were all big time players, and they were against the Federal Reserve. That's not what they wanted. So you had Jacob Astor, fucking Braden, I'm gonna pull you on this name.
Pull you.
Isidore Strauss, and Benjamin
Sounds pretty
Guggenheim.
Nice. That's pretty good.
So now, those are the three guys who were putting a lot of money to be against Federal Reserve.
Against it.
Against
I
it.
guess lobbying.
Yeah,
They
so they're
didn't- they
lobbying against it. So now, imagine you got this boat that you just built, right? Everybody wants to be on it. You've sent out invitations to Astor, Strauss, and Guggenheim, and they've all accepted. And now, maybe it was J.P. Morgan himself. Maybe it was the Rothschilds or the Rockefellers came in and were like, listen, these are the three guys who are they're gonna stop this from playing out. They're gonna stop us from getting the Federal Reserve up and running. We're gonna take you off the boat because J.P. Morgan somehow missed it
Because he was scheduled to go and then
scheduled to be
he
on the
was
boat,
ill or something.
and not only him, but a few of the people that he worked with were all apparently came down ill and couldn't make the sailing. And then the boat sinks. Like,
It doesn't just sink; it sinks rapidly after hitting an iceberg.
Okay.
Or
not only does it sink, but it is like captained by one of the best captains of the time. You had Captain Edward John Smith. That guy was a master captain. He had done
Sounds like a made-up name.
Look it up.
hashtag
look it up, asshole. Captain missed his checkpoints on the first sailing ever of like
Yeah,
the biggest, newest ship,
Seems a little suspect.
and it's unsinkable.
The unsinkable ship, yeah, it's
And
true.
then it like, okay, so how easy would it be to just like tell somebody like, we're gonna pay your family off, we're gonna set your family up for life, for their children's life, however many people down the line. All you got to do is crash that ship, make sure it goes down.
Are you saying that the captain purposely hit the iceberg?
Dude, somebody with Edward John Smith's record doesn't just on the first sailing, it doesn't just mess up. How do you miss a fucking iceberg, man?
No, so okay, that's part of the conspiracy, and I it's been a while since I looked at it. But what people say, because they've kind of uncovered the wreckage of the Titanic and how it's spread and how the metal is bent on the wreckage on the bottom.
Yeah.
Some people suspect that wasn't it could have been, they might have hit an iceberg or something, maybe, or they thought they might have. But at the same time, actually, it was a bomb. Some people think someone blew up the Titanic.
That would make more sense. That would make more sense if you have it rigged to blow up.
Well, okay.
Rather than
so you have an unsinkable
I want
ship.
you to kill yourself by crashing into an iceberg.
Well, hey, nobody said kill. I guarantee they were like, do your best to get off the ship,
Yeah, but
right? Like crash the shit and then do your best. But
I
hey,
want you to kill everyone on board, but do your best to get out of here.
okay, but say they did tell him that to kill everyone else on board. Man, it wouldn't be that hard. Women and children first.
I'm
the
more
three guys you want dead are dead.
I'm more on board this theory that
But if the captain knew that the ship was supposed to go down, why wouldn't he have been paid more attention to the amount of lifeboats that they had?
Wow, okay,
Because that was one of the big problems, is because the lifeboats, there weren't enough lifeboats in the ship for everybody.
That's an issue that they should have, questioned when they were building it. Like, oh, the ship can hold. I don't have the numbers, but it can hold 1,000
I
people.
think the captain, if he was that, he'd be like, yeah, let's have all the.
So
yeah, if I know it's
exactly.
I'd make sure there's.
How do you
They're
make
like,
sure?
hey.
How do you make sure a bunch of people die aboard a fucking boat? Is you don't give them enough life rafts.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance then that the people you want to die are gonna die.
I'm more on board with the bomb theory than paying one guy to be like, crash this fucking boat. Like,
Hey, who says it was
way
one?
easier to have a timed bomb and just everyone on
That's
board
the
is in the know.
assassination attempt.
Okay, back
Like,
that early though. Was there?
That's the way to try to kill someone.
Did we have that sort of technology? We had time bombs in like the 1900s, like early 1900s.
Sure.
Did we?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Like he wasn't calling it by a cell phone, but I'm sure it was like maybe some sort of.
Oh, hey, I'm not saying that it wasn't a bomb or that it couldn't have been a bomb. No question. But the fact that people think that it just hit a random iceberg and sunk. You don't think they built an unsinkable ship? You don't think that they built it to hit an iceberg or something even fucking harder than that?
Well, that's why the bomb makes sense to me. Because like the other way is, what happens if that first captain they went to, they're like, hey, we want you to crash the ship, and he's like, fuck no.
You fucking ice him.
Then they're like,
You
we
ice
have
him.
to kill. Yeah, we have to kill you.
No, right then and there. You're telling me that the government isn't that shady? The United States government isn't that shady? They'd be like, somebody says no, and they have somebody standing there in a
I
black
don't
suit
think it
who
was
just
then.
out of the chest and bang.
I don't
right
think
then
it
and there.
was in 1913. I think it was on the cusp of like a small group of people getting hold of a lot of power, but I don't think it was that nefarious back then.
See,
I think it was.
I'm just destroying this.
You are.
That's what I think it was, though. It was a grab at power. They were trying to get rid of some people who were in their way of getting what they wanted.
Hey, I don't doubt that they probably wanted to get rid of these people. I'm just saying it could have been a better way to kill some people than take down a whole boat at the same time.
Really? Like, so, I mean, it's a pretty well-known thing that they did 9/11 now. Like, they killed 3,000 people.
Well, just
but that was to start a war.
start different.
This
And
be,
this one was
if
to
you're
start
just
the
trying to kill a
Federal
couple
Reserve.
people, like sinking a ship is
Okay.
probably the most inefficient way.
Yeah, but
to try and kill
here's the thing.
somebody.
Okay, so why does the United States go to war all the time now? Is to take all the resources and set their own banking system up, the Federal Reserve, and everywhere that they go and take over. Now we're talking about there was 3 guys who would have stopped that. Maybe would have stopped that. So like to kill a boatload of people. Like,
Okay.
are you telling me that the United States government isn't that shady?
I don't think it would
That
be.
they wouldn't do something like that?
I wouldn't say
With
it's the-
fucking rights they would.
I don't think these people weren't part of the government. These people are like private.
Yeah, but
Private.
these
Private
are people, like, these are names that pretty much
now
run.
because
Why
of,
This
now?
is
Why
before
not?
they had a grasp of power, though. This
hey,
is
I'm not
Are we sure about that though? Like,
I'm not
so-
doubting at all that the Federal Reserve was the start of like this consolidation of wealth for like a small group of families. I'm just saying we need more. We got to look harder at them blowing up the Titanic. I think for it.
Okay, well, there's another conspiracy that maybe it wasn't even actually the Titanic.
I heard that they
'Cause-
switched this because the other ship had been in an accident.
Yeah, so they switched an unsinkable ship at the last moment because they had some wealthy people who opposed them on board and were like, "This one will go down," because the Titanic was supposed to be unsinkable, man. Like,
Well, a lot of people say because it was the Titanic and the Olympia
what is it?
Is that what it is?
Olympia or the Olympic?
Olympic.
Weren't there 3 ships?
I've only heard of
Like
2, and it was
3
the
ships.
Olympic.
The Olympic had been in a harbor accident a couple years before the Titanic set sail. So what that conspiracy was that they painted the Olympic because it had like a something that couldn't be fixed. They could like quickly treat it so it would still float, but eventually like
It's going
down.
Yeah.
So that conspiracy makes more sense probably for some type of like insurance or something that they
Olympic, Titanic, and Britannic.
Britannic. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of that one. Yeah.
So that conspiracy was that they knew it was going to sink, probably on that voyage. So they switched them.
Okay, so why would you switch? Why would you switch? Like,
Hey.
why would you use a ship that's gonna go down that you
Okay,
know is gonna go down?
maybe
Fill it full of
maybe
people.
it's a mix of the two, though. Maybe it's a mix of the two. Maybe you have this ship that's a little wrecked, and you're like, "Fuck!" Right? Like, we want to cash in on the insurance. Second thing, we have these 3 powerful people
Man.
that are opposing the Federal Reserve, right? So if we get them on this boat and then we sink this boat, we're done with them.
It's the
and
type
we
of boat
can cash
that
in the insurance.
it's the type of boat that one little nudge to the side, it's going down.
It's like it's
Rub
just
it, rub it.
papier-mâché.
Hey, Captain Edward John Smith. Give it a little rub-see against the first iceberg that you see. I don't know what you would have to give
Did
someone
you
to
just
pay
say
them.
give it a little rubsy?
Yeah, give it a little rub-see against the side.
Give it a little tippy tap on that iceberg over there.
Just give it a little tappy, tap 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 for.
How
But-
about being one of those 3 guys and you're like you're opposed to JP Morgan and he keeps going, "Come aboard my unsinkable ship." And they're like, "Why do you keep saying unsinkable ship?" He's like, "Because it's unsinkable."
You had me at unsinkable, man. Why you
And
keep
they're
trying
like,
to make the
"Why do you
sale?
keep going on about this?" That's all I keep picturing with his like long twirly mustache.
Oh yeah, he's definitely got one of those.
No, I think the Titanic conspiracy is a good one because I can't remember there's like a short documentary about the wreckage and how it was spread on the bottom of the ocean. They're like, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, well,
Kind of like this.
It's not only that. So both the Titanic and the Olympic had, like the names. I think they were not welded on, they were riveted on, and they were like 4-foot iron letters that spelt out the names. Right.
Okay.
And so Titanic and Olympic have the same amount of letters, and I guess they went down and like they found the Titanic wreckage and they looked, and I guess 2 of the letters had fallen off, and so. What was it? The M and the P were showing instead of. Oh shit! I can't remember which letters, but
That didn't make sense.
The ones that fell off saying the Titanic revealed that it should have been the Olympic underneath, which really that shows that it wasn't even the Titanic that sunk. It's the Olympic that's sitting at the bottom of the ocean right now. So it's a ship that had damage that they sunk. But then the question is, what happened? What happened to the Titanic?
It became the Olympic.
Became the Olympic.
So is the Olympic still around?
It's a good question. It's probably on dry land now as like a museum or something.
I'd imagine that. I didn't even think about to look into that. I'd imagine that's probably a boat that they took out of commission pretty soon afterwards.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to look more into the Titanic conspiracy because a lot of people have said that, but I've never really gone the full rabbit hole on it.
Yeah, like I said, that's just a little teaser. There's more, but
He's got more.
It was launched in 1910, and it was laid down. Oh no, out of service 1935.
which one's that?
Olympic.
The Olympic?
The Olympic. Yeah.
Strange.
So we're
Strange. I mean, there's some things that kind of connect there. That
There's a lot of shady stuff with the start of the Federal Reserve, 100%.
they continue to be shady to this day.
Well, it's a private banking organization that controls the wealthiest nation's currency.
Yeah, controls pretty much everything.
I don't know. That's a weird one. Super complicated.
It is. It's that's one that could use its own entire case file.
You could have a guy discuss the Federal Reserve System on a 100-part podcast, and you probably wouldn't even get to the bottom of it. What's going on?
Not only that, all the money that goes missing and shit like that, like the trillions
of missing
trillions of dollars.
when you hit episode 100, you get free cruise tickets.
Yeah, what's the boat called?
I don't know, but it's unsinkable.
Hey.
What other conspiracies you got, Mr. Conspiracy? What's been going through your brain?
Okay, so
Been racking your brain.
this is a good one. This is everyone's seen the movie Dazed and Confused,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Okay, so the actor there, there's a part in the movie where the actor Sean Andrews, who plays Kevin Pickford in the movie, there's a scene where they're in the classroom and he's spinning the globe on the desk, and if you
Oh yes, I heard about this.
freeze it, there is a fairly large landmass just like right next to Australia that if you look anything up nowadays of any sort of map, it's not there. There's nothing. And it's pretty hard to like not see it. It's there, man. Like it's a
Yeah, I've seen this before.
So,
Okay,
like, some
here it is.
people have said like, oh, it's the punch, like, or the calling card of like whatever company made the globes, and I'm like, bullshit. Why would they make their fucking calling card look exactly like a continent? Same color, same colored outline. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it's like quite a big continent there. Yeah.
Right. So like, I don't
What
know.
was the
Maybe
name of the company that built the globe?
Skull Island.
Oh shit.
Matt. Okay. So
Shit.
now, what's weirded me out is because like I've heard about this one for like years and years and years. Never thought much about it. But when I was in Australia, one of the shows just to pass the time I watched online was The Simpsons. So I started at season 1 and just went with it. Well, it's in season 6. It's the episode where Bart makes
I
a
can
prank.
already see Dan brooding.
Let's get a zoom in on Dan.
Zoom in.
I fucking
Dan, are
hate
you
The
brooding?
Simpsons.
Yeah, you don't what? You don't like The Simpsons?
No, Dan loves The Simpsons.
Oh yeah. Okay, well
I
you,
love this.
everybody knows this episode. It's when Bart fucking prank calls Australia.
Yep.
And it, like, it's bugging him, like, oh, which way does your water go? And then, like, he ends up causing a huge bill. So they bring him to Australia to get the boot.
Get the boot.
In that episode, he's fucking spinning the globe. And I stopped it. And it has the same fucking continent next to Australia.
Now
That is in the movie on the globe in Dazed and Confused in 1993 is when that came out.
93 was Dazed and Confused.
93 was Dazed and Confused.
And when was The Simpsons?
It's
95.
95 would have been
This
yeah.
episode.
So
2 years.
I
after.
would take a guess that The Simpsons
Is this
took-
another
took
thing
a,
that
took a poke at that as a joke. Dan, what do you think
Yeah.
about that?
What? Yeah, it's
That The Simpsons maybe seen Dazed and Confused and people already been talking about that landmass and they're like, I know it'd be funny if we threw that in on the globe on our show.
Okay, but when did that conspiracy of that other landmass being there? When did that come out though? Because
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
That was before the internet was a big thing, so
Yeah.
I'm sure there was in like cult circles immediately after that movie came out. Like, what's that weird fucking thing?
Well, yeah, I don't know, man. I watched it and then like
Okay,
to,
so
to see it in another show that's so well known for predicting crazy shit and like
Dan pretty much
Dan's
has
look
killed
at
that one because
close up at Dan.
let's see
The
where is he?
Simpsons are the writers are so smart. Like they're good at doing these exact
Yeah,
things.
okay,
doing
they're
callbacks
intelligent people,
and
but
making predictions.
I mean, who slows down? Because if you watch Dazed and Confused, if you watch it just normally, you don't fucking see that continent. You don't see it. It's not until you slow mo it
One of the frames. Yeah.
that you notice it. You don't just see it. So, like, are you telling me that they slow mode fucking Dazed and Confused in 1995 and then saw that and then made a fucking cartoon episode of The Simpsons about it?
Some people have
That seems a little far-fetched.
nothing better to do.
Are you telling me Matt Groening has nothing better to do than...
I don't know. I'm
Actually,
looking
fair
at
enough.
a picture of this little blurry thing, and it'd be either the legend, like a key
Legend, yeah, could be.
on a map, or
Why would you make it?
Like, it looks.
Why would you make the
It doesn't
key an
look-
odd-shaped figure that looks like another continent, though? It's the same color
Okay, how about
as all the
this?
other continents. Like, why would you make it look like that?
So let's say what's the big
Why
deal?
wouldn't you?
What's the big deal?
Why would you want more colors? Like, it would cost more to make.
Yeah, well,
put
of course,
more
but
colors on
then something that, you wouldn't mistake the key for a landmass.
Well, or you would read the name on it, and it would say key legend.
Are you able to zoom in onto that screenshotted image in Dazed and Confused and see that it says key or legend?
I can't.
No.
But maybe,
It's completely blurry. You can't see it.
Exactly.
okay.
Point proven, Dan.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take it this. So-
Mr. Conspiracy 1, Dan 0.
Okay, Mr. Conspiracy, say this globe and Dazed and Confused with this subcontinent out in the middle of nowhere. What? Who put that in the movie? Are they trying to tell us something like there's a secret continent there? Is that what the big deal is?
Well, I don't know if maybe it's part of the Mandela effect or something. Maybe there's a group of people who remember there being another continent there, or maybe there is, and somebody's trying to hide it from us. Maybe it's Atlantis. Maybe it never actually sunk. Who knows?
Atlantis has been the ruling class of this world since the dawn of time,
That's the
and
land
they just hide it in plain sight.
Yeah, that's where they keep the reptilians. How easy would it be to hide a large body of land from everybody? Probably pretty easy.
Probably not.
You just erase it from the maps that everyone can see online. You completely cut off all internet from there, so nobody can ever get anything. If they even let them have internet, it'd be easy to hide it from people. You just censor what they see about it. You never see anything about it.
So that's
The weird thing about that globe is New Zealand's, like, I'm looking at it close up still. New Zealand's not even on that map because some people are like, is it fucking
So okay,
New Zealand? And they're like, no, it's not. New Zealand's not even on this map.
Well, that's on the completely wrong side for New Zealand.
but why?
Yeah.
Why would everything else looks normal? Like the rest of the coastline on like Japan, like down to like Southeast Asia, it looks normal. But then there's just that awkward landmass off to the side. Like, it's large too, man.
Oh, it's kind of weird. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this site that's kind of going in discussions of it, and it's showing maps of the seafloor, and in the Indian Ocean, the seafloor, there's a formation like a raised area, and it's in the same shape, a very similar shape to the shape that's on that globe.
It looks like that awkward shape next to Australia there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like, man, I don't know, man. I think they're hiding something from us.
Who's they?
They?
Them, Zell.
Who knows? Hey, who knows if it's an island that's where the fucking reptilians live? There is no inner Earth. There's an extra continent that they're not showing us.
Reptile Island.
Reptile Island. It's
You're
the real
heard it
Jurassic
here.
Park.
Richard Linklater, the actor of Dazed and Confused, was a reptilian. Also, Matthew McConaughey is a mole man.
Oh,
A mole
shit.
man. All right.
Breaking cases wide open here.
It's
Boom.
it's weird. no, it's I always find it weird when pop culture and stuff does things like this because, you always hear those they're way before Kevin Spacey was kind of outed as a kind of a perv, and like Harvey Weinstein, like you can find like callback to episodes of like pop culture, like certain shows like making reference, like doing soft pokes at that, like that's the case, and then now we know in fact it is. So I'm always wondering in pop culture, like when things like that are said and things like this are shown, I'm like, what are they trying to tell me here?
Well, the fact that you see it in two different shows, like you guys say that, yeah, it could be The Simpsons, just have seen it 3 years later and then poked fun at it, but that seems a little far fetched to me. Like I don't know if it seems more probable that maybe the conspiracy is true, maybe there is something that they're hiding, and that was like maybe there's just some old
Of that big of area, like that's a big chunk.
well, of course
I
it
could
is,
see
but
like you put blackout zones over like military facilities and like that kind of stuff, but that's like a pretty small portion of the sky.
yeah, okay, well, how easy would it be to copy and paste a large body of water over top of a large body of land? And then that's the image that you send out to everybody.
The old Control-C, Control-V argument.
Exactly. I mean, like,
how
many videos of there is where people are disproving like the photos that NASA send out, and they're like, you can see like this is 100% it's been photoshopped. How easy would Google Earth be to Photoshop shit? They hide it. They hide stuff on us already.
Yeah, I'm not doubting that like a big corporation could maybe do that, but what about like a private company who has satellites in space?
Well, I mean, there's
Unless they're all in on it.
how much technology does the government hide from us that we have just zero idea? Like they could be in control of everything, and we have no idea. So you're telling me that it would be hard for them with hidden technology we have no idea about to hide a continent? Not that hard. I don't think it would be that hard. I don't think it would be that hard.
Imagine some technology you can't even fathom
Continent.
that can control and manipulate things you can't even picture. I don't think it's that hard.
It's
No.
not that hard. No.
All right, that's
It's unfathomable.
Braden. I know we're going live right now, but you got a bad buzz coming through your Skype there. Did maybe give your cables a little wiggle?
Oh no.
Give them a little jiggity jank.
Which cables?
Oh, I
Do I
thought
have
it was
time
my
for a pee
headset.
break,
and
or
it's-
do I just gotta sit here and hold it?
You want pee? You got to pee? It's,
I
it's
got
live.
pee break.
Just go for a pee. I'll make sure you're.
I don't know. Is it still buzzing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
Nothing we can do. We're live, so.
What if I drop out
Oh,
and
no,
come
that's
back
good.
in? Better?
That's better. Whatever happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Did he conspiracy go for a leak here?
Yeah, conspiracy just took a little pee break here, so it's just us.
Yeah. I'm looking on the map right now,
Yep.
like Google Earth map.
And you found it. You found the lost continent.
Oh
just
my
now.
God! It's right there.
Jesus.
How did
They're
you
all-
miss it
oh,
all this
no.
time?
No, it's definitely not there. I can confirm. They're using the Control-C, Control-V water function.
I mean, he does have a point about NASA and stuff. There's some compelling evidence that they do doctor some images, but I don't know about a whole entire continent. That thing is like that's got to be like that thing's fucking massive.
I'm not 100. Okay, so if you're hiding an entire continent, what would be on continent?
Will be on it.
Yeah, if you're hiding it,
That's what this.
what would be the reason of
It's
hiding?
a
If there's
conspiracy.
a city on it where like all the people's most richest and influential people or a secret order lives, like you'd still have to bring in supplies. So there would still be planes and shipments that go to this thing. So I still think that would be difficult to hide.
It's big enough that you could maybe have all that stuff on there. I don't fucking know, but then you need thousands and thousands of people to run your factories and
Electricity,
stuff.
power, like you'd see all that stuff. And if it were manufacturing its own goods somehow, like it would produce greenhouse gases. And now that we have satellites up that can now detect greenhouse gases that they launch into the sky, it'd be really hard to hide.
Would it though? Would it be hard to hide?
He's back.
Would it
Like-
though?
I mean, think about how much shit that they try and hide from us on a daily basis. Like there's stuff that we don't even know about yet. that they've probably been hiding for years, man.
Oh, that's 100%.
Exactly.
Sure.
So like how?
This isn't something like secret military technology, which you can test on a base on a small scale, and it's actually pretty hard to like catch a secret flight of some sort of jet or thing unless it's sitting still on a satellite. An entire continent, a little bit harder.
I don't know, man. I
Just
think it's
the fact that this island would have to have infrastructure if it had something on it. If they were trying to hide it for
well, hey,
some weird reason.
I'm not saying that it's there's a huge group of people who are there. Who knows, man? I'm not sure what's there. I've never been there.
No one has.
Nobody has. Like, there's no
Nobody.
flights there. That's for sure.
You can't fly there.
Trust me, if there
Why
was,
would
I
they-
would have flown there.
Why would you hide a continent? And then you would definitely know about it because like ships have been plying the oceans for hundreds of years, and somebody would have hit it.
Oh, well, that's not necessarily true. You plot, lines that courses that the boats follow. I mean, you go, you stray off too far that way, you're fucked. You're not gonna make it back to land. You will be stranded. How easy would it be to steer boats away from a landmass? Probably pretty easy. Don't go that way. Shit gets fucked up.
I don't know. It looks like
brush, give it the old brush up against it or whatever.
Like, come on, tell me that looks like a legend or a key. That looks to me like another landmass that is
it's
on a globe, man.
All right,
It's
since
not-
Mr. Conspiracy's here and we're talking about crazy ass conspiracies that we
Yep.
never normally talk about. How about this one? Samuel L. Jackson's a high-ranking member of the Illuminati, and he uses his powers to get in all the movies.
No, that
For what?
motherfucker is just the best actor there is around.
I was reading this like long post about this a couple weeks ago. I was having a laugh. They're like the evidence for it. They were like, there's only 2 colors of lightsabers, and this motherfucker comes into a movie and is like, nah,
I want a
give
purple
me a
one.
different one. And they're like, yeah, okay, sure.
Fuck.
And like, he's in every blockbuster movie.
He's coming out. He's about to be in Shaft.
Yes, he's great. Like what?
What wasn't
He is
it?
great.
And Black Snake Moan was not a hit movie.
Yeah, but maybe that was a passion project for him, Dan. After he sold his soul to the devil. That's what honestly, because someone's like, he's like, there's other black people. That's what this article said, and it's like, and they're never in movies. I'm like, well,
Tell him to get into acting then.
Okay, so
They're
yeah,
never
so we
in
could
movies.
just put Ice-T in as
Like Forrest
Mace Windu.
Whitaker has been giving
Exactly
that
the
eyeball
same.
to everyone in so many different movies for so many years.
yeah,
Wait.
dude, the guy's been in every movie.
Forrest Whitaker's black, isn't he? Yeah, he's a black man.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes, yes.
I don't know if he's dark skinned. I don't know if he's
Well,
just a darker
African?
Samoan. Who knows? I don't know. He could be something else. I don't want to be.
conspiracy over here is all tweaking out. Like, did I get it wrong? What's
Is he?
going
Yeah.
on?
Okay. No, I think I got it right.
I'd
Well,
say
he is the last king of Scotland, so I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Forrest Whitaker is.
That's the movie. He was in Last King of Scotland.
Hmm.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, he is. He is the last king of Scotland.
okay.
Wow.
I want to know more about Samuel L. though, and why is he part of the Illuminati?
Well, the conspiracy was they only gave 2 options. He's either a high-ranking member of the Illuminati, which is why he can, just put himself in whatever movie he wants, or he sold his soul to the devil. He's an example of selling your soul to the devil for fame and fortune.
Okay. Well, I've heard that lots of people in Hollywood sell their souls to the devil. Apparently, there's a big ritual that they do.
Listen, I've tried to sell my soul to the devil, and it doesn't work.
It's not just you just sit at
Because
home
your
and
soul's useless.
Doesn't fucking want it. I've been trying to get that pick of destiny, man, and it won't
Selling
give it
your
up.
soul's like trying to sell an old VHS, bud. Not interested.
No, don't want that garbage. Hey, I still like a nice old VHS though, classic.
Yeah.
Anyways,
But like no tape.
so he's just he's part of the Illuminati.
Yeah, high-ranking member of the Illuminati. That's why he's in every single movie.
Okay, I had heard a while back that Jay-Z and Beyonce were like the top. They were the leaders of the Illuminati.
Jay-Z does this, doesn't he? The fucking diamond. That's like the eye.
Diamond, yeah.
The eye.
That was an
Diamond upside
episode of
down
the
is a
Boondocks
pussy.
where they're the Black Illuminati. There's like, I'd say Jay-Z and the Queen, and it's like, I think Nicki Minaj was in there or something. No, I think this was before Nicki Minaj. Like Oprah is one.
If those are the people that are running our secret societies, what the fuck? Good Lord. That's the best we could do?
Jay-Z's awesome, man.
Jay-Z is, but Nicki
Are you
Minaj?
better than Samuel L. Jackson? I don't. You gonna put Forrest Whitaker in there?
Yeah, that's what are the conspiracies you got there?
What's
Mr.
on the
Conspiracy?
table? Mr. Conspiracy's already had 4 beers.
Getting a little tipsy. Oh, fuck. We've been pushing almost an hour here now.
When you flip through your book here, what else you got?
Yeah, open it up. What do you got?
Oh.
Just rifling through.
Oh, wait. There we go. Well, I wrote down...
Let's bring it back to the grievances because we only got a couple at the start. So let's bring back the list.
First of all, Braden, you picked the worst profession in the world to be fucking reading all the time. Dude, I think, I can't remember who said it, but you have mush mouth? Was the correct term?
Mush mouth.
It's worse than mush mouth, man. Fucking Sylvan Learning called. They offered you a full ride scholarship after listening to one episode.
He went to Sylvan Learning in grade 4, and they told him he could read at grade 11 level.
That's
Grade 11
bullshit.
level.
That's bullshit. Because
Ask Mrs.
couple
Conspiracy.
years- I grew
ask
up
your
with
mom.
him. He was still wet in his bed at that fucking time, let alone reading at 11th grade level.
Everyone peed the bed in grade 4 at least once.
I was reading at a grade 11 level, but I was pissing at like a kindergarten level. You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, you got to pick your battles there.
I'll make it turn off.
You got the same
have it
problem as
somewhere.
me, but I got the smallest bladder in Kelowna. That's 100%.
The smallest bladder. You just got to pee every 3 seconds.
Every 10 minutes.
We've had 4 beers. I mean, that's usually time to go to the bathroom.
I had to stop at a gas station on the way here and stop to take a pee. So
That was it for grievances. That wasn't even a
No,
grievance.
no.
That was just you making fun of me.
That was just, yeah.
yeah,
That was a beak.
what do you think? I'm gonna put up with 100 episodes. You guys just ripping me apart while I'm away, and I'm just gonna come back and be like, oh, I'll make fun of you once, and that's it,
No, I want to hear some more.
buddy. You got 99 more episodes of just grievances.
Every episode, you call in.
It's too bad Andrew didn't show up.
Now for Mr. Conspiracy's
Wait.
airing of grievances.
Do you have a page dedicated to Andrew?
I don't, but I have a lot to say.
You want-
I want to say it
Let's
to
hear
his
it.
face though.
Let's
No,
hear
no,
it.
no.
You should
hear
look.
it.
You should look into that mic and then tell him.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, cut a promo on him. Let's hear it.
He laid some bullshit story about Stone Cold stunning someone in a pub a while back. That's bullshit.
That's a real thing. We were there.
No.
That's a real
No.
thing. I was there.
I was
witnessed
also
it.
there. I didn't witness it, but I was in the bar when it happened.
Oh, next
I
time he rocks.
100% with it.
Next time he rolls in
Yeah,
studio,
I
he's
was
getting
in the
stunned.
room.
Well, I was there as him and Braden came running up, like, "Oh my god, you fucking stunned that guy!"
Bullshit. I don't believe it.
100%. I 100% saw it. I
Unless Braden's in on the play too, and they're just trying to
I
fuck us
swear
over.
on-
If you've ever met
Stanza.
Andrew, he's got the shortest legs in the world. He couldn't kick nobody in the groin.
If what? He never claimed to kick him in the groin. I think he kicked him in the shin.
Kicked him right below the knees.
Yeah.
He definitely kicked him.
Devastated. If you've ever been kicked in the shin. Devastated.
It's the worst pain.
They do hurt. It does hurt.
What
That-
else is there for us?
Okay. Here's the second grievance, because you guys fucking tore me apart on this one, and here it is. That fucking chicken pizza episode bullshit. That, oh, Mr. Conspiracy would rather go fucking golfing. You dicks didn't invite me. You didn't tell me. You didn't tell me until
Hey.
the morning of. That's why me and Cody Evans went golfing. Is because there was nothing planned, and you guys came to us and were like, "Oh, aren't you coming to chicken pizza?" And we're like,
We planned that the night.
"What are you talking about?"
We planned that the night before, and you're like, "We're going golfing tomorrow." We're like,
Not
"All
with
right."
me.
Mm,
Didn't plan shit with me.
I think Mr. Conspiracy's mistaken.
No.
I think it's a mistake.
It's my word against yours.
Mr. Conspiracy didn't want to see the fucking Mayan ruins.
Bullshit. I just went on an 11-month long journey around the world to see the best shit I could. And you're telling me I didn't want to
how
see
many
chicken
Mayan
pizza?
ruins? How many Mayan ruins did you see?
Mayan? None.
Oh,
Not one.
You heard it here.
Well,
Travel around the world in 0 Mayan ruins.
Wouldn't I have to go to Mexico to see those? I saw tons of other ruins.
Oh yeah.
Actually, what was cool is like...
The ruins of your youth don't count.
Oh, there's lots of those. No, the coolest thing was like when I was traveling, like I just rent mopeds and stuff, and like we'd just go out and ride for 10 hours. Like
You rode
So,
a
like-
moped for 10 hours?
oh yeah, man,
Jesus.
we every town that we got to, we'd venture away from, and man, there was so many little caves that were like there was no signs on the road except for like one that would just say cave with an arrow, and that like
Cave.
me and my girlfriend would go and check it out, and it'd be like 4-hour drive out into the middle of nowhere, and all there is like a single monk, a shit ton of dogs, and just this unreal cave. Like we strolled up and he came outside to meet us, and all he didn't say a damn word. He just handed us 2 flashlights and was like, gave us a nod,
Good luck.
pointed at the entrance of the cave. Most badass cave I was ever in though.
Were you worried you're about to get murdered in there?
Yeah, actually a little bit.
The sacrifices have arrived.
Okay, speaking of sacrifices, when I was in Australia, we were up north, and a fucking baby got sacrificed on a beach that we were on. I can't remember what beach it was on.
Wait a second.
A baby got sacrificed. They found the baby's body, and it had cuts, like it was drained of all its blood, and they said that it looked like it had been sacrificed. And it was on a beach in Australia that we had like just been to like weeks before.
Interesting.
Look it up. Hashtag look that up because it fucking happened. I was blown away.
Huh.
Somebody, they're like,
Baby sacrificed on beach.
hey,
Oh my
even
God.
in South Africa, I mean
Oh.
Australia,
I
they're
found it.
sacrificing. You found it? Yeah, I'm not bullshitting you, dude. I was just there, like just before that happened.
Oh, okay. Well, they've arrested a guy with not saying this is, but they arrested a guy with
Yeah.
schizophrenia.
It was a guy and
in
his
connection.
wife. Yeah, and they weren't the best couple. Like I think they were drug addicts. Or
How
did something.
convenient. They find a guy with schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh.
That's fucking
It's
crazy.
a cover up for the rampant satanic cults that actually rule Australia
Or South Africa.
Well, how many?
or South Africa.
How many cults have come out of Australia? Do you guys think? There's some pretty famous
A
people.
bunch.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
some
hey,
famous.
We talked about one on here. I'm
There
pretty
was-
sure we talked about
There was
one.
wasn't there a female? I can't remember what her name
Mhm.
was. She was from Australia. She started something
Yep.
huge. Like,
Yep. Yeah.
excuse me, I
I
can't
remember
remember
that.
what case file that you guys talked about her on, but yeah, she was from Australia.
hmm I mean, what else do you have to do down there besides
Start-
chase kangaroos and start cults?
Start some
Okay.
cults.
Fucking, there's kangaroos everywhere, man. The first 10 kangaroos I saw, sadly, were fucking bloated and dead on the side of the highway.
Well, they hit kangaroos all the time in there.
Okay, I've never seen as much dead wildlife on the side of a road as I've seen in Australia. You can't drive 100 meters without seeing a dead animal, whether it be a bird, some sort of weird. They got so many weird fucking creatures there, man. And I can't tell me how many times I was in the van and something would fucking land on the roof because like we'd always park under trees for shade.
Yep.
And we'd get these like weird fucking they called them possums, but they look like little teddy bears to me. They'd fucking land on the van and like I'd obviously freak out, fucking throw the doors open, run outside, and there'd just be like these little Ewoks fucking like running around on the roof of my van. Fucking, it was just ridiculous. You see those dead all the time. Just sad.
Hey, conspiracy. Andrew's listening live right now.
Is he?
Ah,
watched it.
yeah.
Oh, buddy.
yeah.
That
I
ain't
said
your
he- I
that
said
ain't
he's in
your
hiding
baby.
in witness protection.
He's hiding. He's in witness protection.
Yeah.
You should be. Which camera do I look into? 1 or 2?
Any
1, 2, 1.
Camera, what?
You're done.
Camera.
You're done.
That's funny.
It's go time, bud.
One thing you didn't talk about is you met some ATT fans along the way.
Oh, ho, ho.
Here's some stories about those.
Shout out
beauties.
to Drew Baca.
Drew Braca,
Drew Baca.
our biggest
Drew Baca's
and
a
longest Patreon supporter, an ultimate legend. Took Mr. Conspiracy under his wing for a day or two?
Oh, he had me for more than a day or two. He had me for like 4 or 5 days. That guy was an absolute beauty. I was traveling in a van. I had zero access to laundry, showers, you know, a stove.
You were looking pretty greasy at one point.
I was greasy. I grew my whole beard out, which contained probably over a pound of poop in it. And he took me in.
A pound of poop?
What were you doing?
I was living in a van down by the river. That's what I was doing.
Poop?
So much poop. So much poop.
I think you're doing it wrong. You're not supposed to do handstands in Australia.
Everything's upside down there. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's how you.
How else are you supposed to shit?
Oh,
No.
fuck.
It's too bad you spent that much time with him and none of his manners or coolness rubbed off on you in any way. Shape, or
No,
form.
that man is the coolest man I've ever met. Him and his wife are absolute. No, we had a time there. Like all of us, they showed us around Sydney, and Sydney's an absolute gorgeous
It's a
city. Loved
huge
it.
city.
Oh,
It's crazy.
massive. But like they had us at their house, and man, all we did was we'd make it like an awesome dinner. We'd drink a shit ton of beers, talk
Smoke some dope.
conspiracies, fucking hit the bong all night. Oh, it was great, man. It was
That's
great.
awesome.
Yeah, they made Drew and Emma. They made my Australia. Like that was. I had such a hard time in Australia because that continent fucking hated me. They made it for me.
Dope.
Like yeah, I can't.
The continent needs everybody.
It does. It does.
Cheer-
And hey, everybody has this big stigma of being like, oh, there's so many fucking snakes and spiders. Man, I didn't see shit.
That's good.
I saw like two big spiders and one snake the whole
That's,
time
that's
I was there. 6 months.
two big spiders too many.
Yeah, but were you staying like on the beach and shit, or where were you staying when you're in your van?
Well, everywhere. Anywhere that's, you know, I drive.
Wherever you could park.
Yeah, pretty much.
Walmart parking lot.
No, well, there's no Walmarts there, but they got the big W there.
Big W. It's
The
called.
big W. It's
So
called.
it's Walmart, but it's called Big W.
Pretty much, yeah. But it's
I
not
gotta-
actual Walmart.
That's funny.
Speaking of snakes and spiders, I'm moving down to the island here pretty quick here.
Yeah, buddy.
I did a
Good for
trip.
you.
I did a trip a couple weekends ago to look at places, and I had a realtor take me around to look at rentals, and we get to this one place, and it's off the side of like a highway, and like I had seen pictures, and I went, well, the pictures look like it's a dump, and
So
I
it was a
was
dump.
exactly correct in my analysis from the pictures. Absolute dump. I couldn't have hit it like better. So we like go there and like the realtor like lets me out of the car and we're like walking around and I'm trying to be really nice and like, oh, okay. And there's like this old garage just like it's condemned, like 100% condemned. There's just shit all in it and I'm like, there's no way you could ever use a garage. It's wrecked. And I said, to be nice, I went, so are they going to clean up the garage if I move in? Or, like, can I use it? Like, the thing's going to fall over. There's no way. No one's doing nothing to it. So I'm, like, walking around. And as I'm standing there, like, this place is fucking so run down. A snake comes out from underneath. And I'm like, ugh, right? Like, oh, there's a snake. And the realtor's like, oh, yeah, we get snakes here. Yeah, there's tons of snakes. And I'm like, okay. Like, all right. And then the landlords come up. People own it. And then this older couple, the guy's got like a unbuttoned shirt like halfway down. He's got slicked back silver hair into a ponytail, right? His wife is exactly what you think like his wife would look like. Whatever you're picturing, that's it.
I got it. I got it.
She's
they
horrible.
come and they go. They like come.
Weirdly
They come
hot,
out of the
though.
car. They're like, "Hey, look at this place. It's beautiful." And I'm like, "Okay." Like, there's active construction going on. Like, there's windows not in. There's like framing done. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, like yeah." We just walked around. Looks okay. And I was like, "When is it ready to move in?" And the guy goes, "Today." And I'm like, "Oh." I'm like looking around, there's like paint and shit like they're doing. He's like, today, yeah, you just moving right now.
Just
if you
come
want.
on in.
It's ready to go. We'll just move the stuff out. And I'm like, okay. Nah, like, okay, whatever. So we're walking around. We go in the inside, and this place is horrendous. It's like every single room is like there's like two entrances weird. And the like wife turns to me, she goes, This house is built by 3 cabins from 1900 that have been put together. You can't even tell. And I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, you can fucking tell. Like, you can tell. This is brutal. Every single corner of this house had a daddy long leg spider. Every single corner. Every single corner had a spider. So I'm like looking around and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, cool. All right. And we walk outside and then there's like a derelict barn, like it's fallen down. And he's like, we're rebuilding. That's going to be our art studio, right? And I'm like, okay.
Art studio?
I'm like, okay, like, all right, cool. He's like, yeah, so does it bug you that we'll be working on the property? I'm like, no, in my head, I'm like, no, I don't care because I'm not going to fucking live
I'm
here.
never coming back.
Yeah, so then he's like, oh, good, like, good. He's like, yeah. He does this, for those of you who are just going to be listening to this, he goes, I make monolithic structures. And then he does the eyebrow raise, like 3. And I'm like, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, monolithic structures, like, are they erotic? Like, why the fuck are you raising your eyebrows at me? Like, I don't know.
What was he trying to insinuate there?
Like giant faces.
Just big dicks. That's what I thought. I was like, just big dicks.
It would have been great if you said like I raise structures and like little wank or something.
So then they walk around and the wife goes like, oh, there's a cellar. There's like a cellar that's empty and you can use.
That's where we're gonna put you.
She opens this door, and I peek down into the cellar, and I'm like, I'm looking, and I'm like, there's not a fucking chance in a million years. There's no money you could get me to pay again, like, or you couldn't pay me to go down there. I'm like, fuck that. The realtor, she's like, oh, that is nice. She opens the door more and fucking leans in, and as she leans in, no lie, 5 spiders fall onto her back.
No.
She's wearing a rain jacket.
No.
And I recoiled. I went, ah, and I made a little noise. And the guy like hits me and he's like, we're in the country, son. You got to get used to those. And I'm like, oh yeah,
Fuck.
cool. Like,
No.
just like,
No, I don't.
doing the big fake smile the whole time, like, yeah. And then and then I'm like trying to leave, and like they keep following us to like the car.
So
and he's like, yeah, we just can't.
You interested?
Yeah,
So
and then he
you
goes
interested?
like, I can't wait to get the art studio up. He's like, you know,
Yeah, me too.
that's what we miss. He's like, we miss having people over, and we just have these, you know, those
Hey,
meaningful conversations. He goes,
they're the type
we
of
solve
people...
the world's problems all night. And I'm like, oh yeah. And then he goes, and sometimes the conversation turns to racism.
The fuck?
So
Really?
I'm standing there and I'm like,
Goodness.
and I'm like, oh yeah, okay. And he's like, all right, like looking at him, he goes, sometimes a conversation has to go there.
What the fuck?
And then he just looks at me and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, all right.
You
and
should
he's
have
like,
gotten that
he's like-
place.
then he goes, you know, a lot of immigrants coming in. And I was like, Jesus. I was like, on cue, the realtor's like, oh, we have another showing that we got to get to.
Hey.
Like, it's been so nice.
That
And I'm
that
like,
art
get me
studio.
the fuck out of this place.
So
That
I
art
want to change my
studio-
answer too. He doesn't raise monolithic structures of giant dicks. I'm pretty sure they're burning crosses.
Giant iron
Hey,
Nazis.
that art studio is where he paints the most beautiful pictures, and they're all painted in your blood.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
good chance.
It was fucking it was terrifying. Like, honestly, the whole place, everything. Maybe I'll post some pictures of the place of how it looked from the outside.
Dude, hey, that reminds me of being so. I had the most uneasy bus ride of my life when I was traveling. I can't even tell you where we were. We were waiting in this bus. It's just like a little van that can only sit like 6 people.
Down by the river?
Yeah. So the driver's not in it. He's collecting tickets, and the first passenger gets in with me and my girlfriend in the front seat. It's this little Thai dude, and he is pissed, right drunk. Like, he is fucking puking and shit, and he keeps turning behind and looking at me, and he's speaking in Thai, and I'm going, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. And like, he's yelling at me, and I'm like, turn around. I'm like, I was eating Ritz crackers at the time, actually, and he kept turning around and being like, huh?
You want to have some Ritz?
And giving me the old, like, give me. And I'd be like, no, fuck you.
Don't you dare touch another man's Ritz.
So just before we go to leave, the driver comes back, and like the side door's open, and I'm seated inside, and my girlfriend's right next to the door, and the driver of the van, like, pretends to steal my girlfriend's purse. Like, fucking grabs it, and, like, they're having, like, a little tug of war, and, like, he's laughing. Well, I'm out of the van. I fucking spring out of the van. Have this guy up against the next van, and he's all of a sudden yelling, like, whoa, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, what the fuck, man? What are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm the driver. I'm the driver. And I'm like, you're a fucking thief. What are you doing? Like, so
What's the matter with you?
he gets in, and, like, it was only supposed to be, like, a 4-hour drive turned into a fucking 13-hour drive.
Sounds like Asia.
So it's this drunk dude who somehow didn't get any less drunk the whole fucking 13 hours we went, and I didn't see him drink anything. Just stayed that same intoxicated way. So they pick up a third guy, and he gets into the van and sits behind us. And the whole time now we're driving, the guy behind us is talking with the two guys in front in Thai, and I can't understand fucking shit. And, like, the whole time, all I'm catching is, like, the driver's eyes in the, like, rear view mirror. And I was like, oh, that's it. Like, it's fucking go time.
It's over.
Like, I was like, oh, buddy behind us is gonna, like, he's gonna be the one to either grab me or grab her, and they're gonna stop the van, and, like, they're gonna that's it. I was so close to being like, I had it all planned out, like, fucking Sergeant Sucky, the drunk guy, Sergeant Sucky, the fucking driver, take the van, pull it over, park it, fucking demolish the guy in the back seat, throw all three of them out, and then I would have
Stone Cold stud him.
I would have taken the van,
Stole their van.
stole the van, and we would have died.
Imagine you did that and they were never going to do any of that to you.
They're just the nicest people.
You just destroy these fucking guys, throw them out, and steal their van. Now you're a wanted criminal in Thailand.
Oh, it was horrible. It was like a 13-hour drive of me thinking, like,
I'm going to have to fucking fuck these guys up or what?
they're talking like they spoke English too, but they would only speak Thai once that third guy got in. No more English. So, like, they're, like, going at it the whole time.
Yeah,
and,
the
like,
alarm bell's going.
Weird eye contact, and, like, I don't know, man. Like, if you've been to Thailand, there's some shady characters there.
Oh, you can definitely put yourself in a bad spot in a hurry.
Oh yeah, you
Real
definitely
fucking
can.
easy.
Real
easy.
fast.
Oh.
There's shady people everywhere.
Everywhere,
Just look at
for sure.
Braden's real estate agent.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, this is nice. Look at this dark cellar. It's
Quite a
pretty.
nice cellar here.
One of his selling points is you can have meetings with your friends and talk about racism here.
Oh man. It's funny because I was like, when we were driving away, I was like, I don't know about you, but, like, I'm interested in going to that art studio when it's all up and running.
I'd love to see
I made
it.
that joke. I was like, did you get the feeling that all these statues are going to be erotic? She's like, yeah, oh yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, big paintings of roast beef sandwiches.
Yeah.
Gross.
That's terrible.
Ugh.
I got one more. People were asking me on Twitter they love my my one teaching story. I got another one. I got a whole bunch of teaching stories from Thailand. I got one. Let's say before we wrap this power up, this will be the finish. I won't be able to do much of a power after hours on this one.
That's fine.
So in Thailand, they hit the kids. The teachers hit the kids. Spoiler alert, they hit the kids.
Awesome.
Now I went there. I was like, ah, cool. I'm not with that. I don't want the
Unleashing
kids
some
getting hit in
anger.
front of me. Like, that's not cool. So when I first started, that's what I like. They'd go to grab kids, and I'd be like, no, like, you're not doing that in front of me. You're not hitting the kids. Fast forward like 6 months, like I'm pointing out the kids.
You're beating the kids.
I'm like, oh, that's the kid. Get him. Pointing them out, like, that's the guy. Like, watching the kids get like, I'm like, that's what you get. Like, we weren't allowed to hit them. Like, I wasn't allowed to hit them. It was like one of the rules. Like, foreigners aren't allowed to hit the kids, but the teachers just destroy them.
The Thai principal
So,
just
like-
beats the hell out of them.
Kids are made
Yeah.
of like rice paper and like
Oh yeah.
the bamboos and like sticks.
One of the kids asked me, he goes, why don't you hit us, teacher? And I'm like, I was like,
That's-
oh,
that's
I
the-
want to.
why
I was
should-
like, I want to. I was like, I'd only have to hit one of you. I'd make a big assembly. I'd bring all the kids around. I'd have you lined up.
Just
and I'd
one
hit you
good
so
clap,
hard
eh?
that no kid would ever be bad again, ever. And so But so one day I'm teaching, and like the classrooms at my school are like open air. They back onto the river. It smells like fish and shit. Like it's brutal. Like
that cheesy, the cheesy
yeah,
garbage
it's just like
smell.
that just hot garbage like
Good
all the
old
time
hot
and fish.
garbage.
It's my favorite.
So like I'm walking
You
to one
get
of my
used to it.
class to like get set up, and I'm like, this is like 6 months in, and I'm like, I'm dreading every day. I'm dreading every minute. Like I hate it. So I walk into my classroom, and as I come around the corner, there's two they're year 10 boys, because I taught in all boys school, and one kid is facing me with his dick in like a fucking water bottle, and he's pissing into it.
Nice.
So I'm standing at the door, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, stop. Like, put it away. Hey, like, put your dick away. And the kid's just like, they're like, his buddy's laughing, and he just continues to like just piss in the ball. He fills it right up, right? I'm just standing there watching. And I know what he's gonna do. They poke holes in the top, and then they go and squirt other kids, right?
Oh my
gross.
god.
Right,
that's
like, yeah, fucking little
gross.
bastards, man. So I'm standing there, I'm at the door, and I'm like, oh, you motherfucker. So mad. I'm just
You're
fuming.
lucky.
So I'm like, put the bottle away, right? And like, they like just don't listen. They like puts the bottle in his backpack, right? And they try to leave. So I grab these two kids. I'm like holding them. Right as I'm holding them, the principal comes down, and the principal's this little shit kicker. She ruthlessly nails kids, right? So she comes. Well, I'm like, oh, like the kids are trying to get away from me, but they're weak as hell, and I'm holding them.
Little kids
So
have only been eating rice for 10 years.
Yeah, so I'm just dusting them. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I've been soaking up rice and booze for like 6 months. I've ballooned to like 240 pounds.
You were
I'm
ready.
like, ugh.
So much anger just pent up.
Yeah. So I'm holding them. The teacher comes over, the principal, a Jarn L, and she's like, well, what's going on? And I'm like, these two motherfuckers just pissed in a bottle. He's got it in his backpack, and I know they're gonna go squirt kids. So she just starts like fucking screaming and yelling and tie at them, and then they're like in tie, and I'm just standing there like, fucking, yeah, that's right, yeah, you're gonna get it now. And she turns to me and she goes, well, they said they didn't do that. These are nice boys. I went, they said they did. I saw him. I saw him with his dick in the bottle. Like I saw him. So she's like, she looks at me in the eyes and goes, no, these are nice boys. They wouldn't do that. So I'm like blown away. So I grab the kid's backpack and I open it. I fucking grab the piss bottle. I'm holding the piss bottle in my hands, and I'm like, I give it to her. I'm like, look, there it is. Here it is. Piss bottle, right? So she's now holding the piss bottle. She like looks. She like not even really mad, just kind of like says some things to them, and then gives it to the kid. Turns to me and goes, they won't do that again. And I'm like, they won't do. I've seen you like ruthlessly beat on a kid, ruthlessly, just to tears, and this kid's fucking filling up a piss jug, and you don't even care. So I'm like, okay. She goes, they're like, go walking away, and as I'm like, he's not even throwing it away. She turns and says something in Thai, and I know what she said because I knew enough Thai. Was basically like, throw in the garbage, get rid of it, throw in the garbage. So I walk to my classroom. This fucking little bastard. The balls on this kid. The balls. How long ago was that? 6 years? I got another 3 more years if I were to see that kid.
He's fucking
He's
dead.
done.
Ooh. He walks into my room, takes the fucking water bottle, and rifles it against the back wall. Explodes the piss bottle everywhere in my classroom. Looks me dead in the eye and fucking gives me a little smirk and a head tilt, and then skips out of the classroom.
Like
Fucking
skip,
little
like
shit.
skipping out of the class, like.
Like,
da, da, da,
hit
da,
dude,
da,
But
da,
I would
da.
have
like,
been on that kid's
skip to the
ass,
Lule,
booting his
skip to
feet
the
out.
day. My oh my, what a wonderful day, motherfucker! As he leaves the classroom.
Okay.
Did you choke
Now
slam
my
him in the
classroom-
hallway?
Oh, dude, I stood there. I was fucking just shaking. I couldn't even teach the next class because it smelled like hot piss and fish in my classroom. And I was the whole time, I was just fuming. So mad I couldn't take it. That's the time that I was shown in front of kids to have zero authority in Thailand.
Oh fuck, that's hilarious.
Oh, I was so mad, man. Oh, I was so mad.
I get a pretty funny story about when I was diving and just how backwards fucking Thailand is. So we were on the boat. We were on the dive boat, and I had gotten up first because I suck air out of those tanks like fucking none other. I'm up 20 minutes before anybody else. So fast.
Why'd you breathe so
One
fast?
of those motherfuckers, you go down and they're
I was a
like,
smoker my whole
everyone's
life.
at like 140 bar and you're at
Oh
like
yeah, I'm at
60.
100%. That's
You're-
exactly what it is, man. Hey, everybody else gets 45 minutes. I get 20.
You shouldn't be diving.
Okay. Well, I just need a bigger tank. So I'm on the boat. I
need a bigger tank.
Well, they give me a 200 bar tank. I need a 300.
Yeah, but you will die of nitrogen poisoning or whatever the fuck. You fucking take a bigger tank down.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
You would get the bends for sure. You fucking puffing air like that down there.
What do you mean? Oh, I never said I was getting ripped off.
He
I
just
said
wants a bigger tank.
Yeah, I suck air. This is what my instructor told me was that, hey, you breathe heavier than most people do. You need a larger tank. That's what my instructor
And
told me.
they just wouldn't give you one.
Everywhere that I went diving only had the 200 bar tank.
That's standard.
Yeah, so like I'd have to buy my own bigger one.
Right.
But anyways, we're on the boat. We're on the boat, and I got off a little early, and I'm on there with my instructor, and the boat captain is this little Thai guy on there, and we go to throw our bottles into this one bag, and he makes this big fucking stink. Big stink, like, no, wrong bag. Literally, like, the same colored garbage bag right next to it. So we're like, okay, put it in that one. He takes the bag, he fucking ties it up, walks to the back of his boat, into the ocean.
Just chucks it.
Chucks the whole fucking bag of garbage into the ocean. I was like,
And people wonder why there's so much garbage in the ocean in Asia.
what was the big deal about what bag I put it in? Like, you literally just took it and threw it in the fucking ocean, man. You made a big stink of it when you put my bottle in the wrong bag.
Turtles don't like black bags. They only like
Fuck.
blue bags.
I was so upset. I yelled at him. I got at him about that.
What'd you do, buddy?
What the fuck, man? I yelled at him. I was like, what the fuck, man? We pay to dive with these companies who are so big on promoting themselves as being like eco-friendly, and there's no fucking littering, none of that. Like, they help clean up, and then I watch that guy
This
throw a
hot one.
whole bag of fucking garbage just into the ocean, and then he smiled at me after. Like, fuck's sakes, it's so backwards there.
It's a different spot. Awesome spot, but definitely different.
Love it there,
Definitely
but yeah.
different in
Different. You're not gonna see like,
recycling disposal. Yeah, well, I'll
So
go
before we punch out, can I tell the story about you and me in a UTF
100%.
at the night market?
Oh, we just lost Dan. Dan, where'd the video go?
No, I'm back.
No.
Oh,
It's,
sorry.
This is my favorite. This is one of my favorite Zell
Oh.
stories.
Dan's gone on my screen, so that's okay. Let's keep going. Who
I
gives
got
a
mine
shit?
too. We're in a UT in Thailand, and Zell back your range of food has
Oh, it's drastically increased in the last 10
drastically
years.
increased. Before Zell basically was chicken finger and fries.
chicken fingers, fries,
Pierogies,
candy, bananas.
pizza,
Yeah,
candy,
yeah, candy.
cucumbers. That's my
Hey,
one vegetable.
I remember you had a birthday party, and everybody who came bought you a bag of candy and a bottle of Fireball.
I'm not gonna lie.
Everybody
For
who
about
can.
8 years, everyone bought me candy and Fireball for my birthday till I was about 27.
What do you think you're
Yeah.
getting from me for the rest of your life?
And then the last few years, I haven't gotten, and I've been a little disappointed. I gotta say, a little bit disappointed that I haven't got my Fireball and
You want
candies.
to lose the rest of your teeth like that fast?
That teeth was from a fucking graphite.
I'll say you want to
Acrostic.
lose the rest of
Hey, I can always buy more. I can buy more teeth. That's fine. Teeth are almost free now. It seems like.
in Canada,
I'll just go to fucking Puerto Vallarta, just pull them all out, put them all fake ones in,
Take
eat as
it.
much candy as I want. Who gives a shit?
So needless to say, this guy was having a rough time when we first went when we were like 19. Just rough. Everything was giving him Bangkok belly. Like he's just
the
gurgling.
mud gut,
Ah.
the bubble gut.
This we go to a UTIA. We're at this night market and we're trying these like meat skewers. And like his face, like he try a little bit and you can just see he's just like, ugh, like, oh no, like this is not good. So Zal goes, he's like, I gotta find, he gets like pale, gets the sweats. He's like, dude, I gotta go right now. Takes off.
Wait, Zelly gets pale?
Oh yeah.
I
Dude,
got
Taylor.
I got tanned in Thailand.
Did you?
Yeah, and he was
You got the
he was,
chicken bone skin tone going on.
he beelines it and he's gone. And if I remember correctly, Sully, this was your first experience with a squatty potty and the bucket with smaller bucket.
The bucket wash, yes, the bucket
Bucket-
So
wash.
why don't
Bucket
you take
wash
us
was
through
tough.
The bucket wash here. What happened in your perspective? So you leave me, you go sprinting for the bathroom.
So I had eaten some stuff I would never normally eat, and at this point, I have never been anywhere tropical. Really, I went to Mexico, but that's all inclusive. Like that doesn't count. So I don't know. I ate something and I had to go right now. And so we're in this fucking night bazaar, night market thing. I go fucking ripping through. I'm like hitting Thai people on the way to the bathroom, like fucking body checking them out of the way, like fucking giving a kid in the fucking kick in the back. I fucking budge my way to the front of the line. I throw the 5 baht coin to the girl who's the guardian of the bathroom, because in Thailand you have to pay for the bathroom, no matter where you go.
Fucking ridiculous.
So 5 baht. I fucking budge the line. People are yelling at me like, I gotta go. I don't give a shit. I have to go to the bathroom. Throw the 5 baht. I run in, fucking kick the door down, get in there, expecting a nice fucking ivory seat.
Yeah, no.
Hell no. It's just
you get
The old
nothing.
hellhole.
just a hole.
Squatty potty.
Just a hole.
And not only is it a
Oh
hell,
no, just not even squatty potty, just a hole or what?
it was a straight up just a hole, like just a hole with like the 2 little feet, like the feet
Yeah,
sections on the side.
Yeah, the squatty potty.
At least they tell you where to put your feet.
But it wasn't even like a porcelain potty. It was just like it's a hole. Like you just squatted over. It was a porta potty.
Jesus.
It was a fucking porta potty. So, and obviously when you're that sick, there's no, you can't second guess it. You just have to. So I just dropped and fucking exploded over this bathroom. Like something you would only see in a movie. That's how it felt to me. And then I proceeded, like, okay, I'm done. I'm looking, because I've been there for a few days, so I know there's the sprayer. Like, you have the sprayer in Thailand, like, you get a good spray off at least.
Yeah.
The bum gun.
That's the best.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best.
So I'm looking for the spray gun. There's no spray gun.
Don't have one.
All there is no joke, a fucking bucket in the bathroom. And the bucket, like, there's no tap to fill the bucket. It's already been filled, and someone, like, wheeled it in there.
Somebody placed it in.
Someone placed it in there full of fucking water for God knows how long, with a little like ladle, like a fucking ladle. It's got a little.
Ladle,
right?
your,
Got a little
ladle
fucking-
your asshole.
So you gotta fucking dip it. You dip it in the barrel, and you just kind of like turn it over, and you like let it run down your ass crack, and like that's how you clean your butt. And at this point, I have no boxers on. It's so hot. I had to like get rid of the boxers earlier in the day. So I did a few ladles, and I'm like, this is not going to work. There's no chance. Like I've soiled myself, and I can't be here anymore. I have to go back to the hostel now. So then I just start waddling. I waddle out of this fucking place. I find Braid. I'm like, we gotta go, because there's shit running down my leg.
You didn't even tell me. He just looks at me and he goes, "We have to go
Now.
So I'm like, "All right, man, what's going on?" And you're just like, "We gotta go." He didn't say anything. Tuk Tuk comes, picks us up.
Sucked.
Quiet ride back to the hostel. We get in the hostel. He just like goes, fucking whips his shorts off, fucking throws them in the garbage, jumps right in the shower. I'm like, "Dude, what happened?" He's like, "There's a fucking squatty potty and a bucket with another bucket. I got shit all down my legs." He's like, I can't. He's like, "Oh, dude, it's the
Well, I'm not
fucking
very flexible either, especially back then. I'm way more now. I did yoga for a few years, but I couldn't really get a good squat. So like the pressure of the shit.
Sally, you
Hitting-
couldn't even make 90 degrees. His like,
No.
I tell you what he was
So
at.
the pressure of the shit coming, because I was like not squatted proper. Like you're supposed to get real fucking low. Like your butt's supposed to be like pretty much in the fucking drain, but it wasn't. So it went a little squirrely,
Okay.
so to say.
I got a lot of funny poop stories, but
Okay, we got to wrap this up in 5 minutes. So give me one. Let's give one more story.
okay. So this is my favorite using the squatty potty story. Is
All right.
I landed in Guangzhou, China, with fucking Nagini, little Ryan sister.
Nagini, yeah.
Oh,
And so
Nagini.
it's a 15-hour flight, and like the food that they give you on the flight. What was I flying? Like China Southern. It's not good. Like they got some peppered beef on there that it ain't beef and it ain't pepper. I don't know what's on it.
Something.
Anyways, it breaks me out into hives. I got like hives all over my fucking body, head to toe, my face. I look like a fucking prepubescent boy. Like, I've read everywhere. I get off the plane. We're running through Guangzhou, and I don't know if I'm saying that right.
I think Guangzhou.
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 I'm running, looking for the first bathroom. Get into the first bathroom, and there's a dude cleaning, and he's cleaning like the first 3 stalls, and there's like 5 stalls. So I picked the 4th stall, the one that's next to him cleaning, and I'm fucking like, oh, it's a squatty.
Gotta go.
It's a squatty. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go. I fucking whip him down, and I fucking launch a huge turd so hard it misses the hole, lands on the back of the toilet, and props itself up against the wall.
You stood up a turd in the bathroom?
Oh, dude, it was huge. It was like 13 inches. It was so big. So I get up and I'm like, oh my! Like I finished. Like I
There's no way it was a 13-inch turd.
Trust me, I'm not lying. It was the biggest turd I ever laid in my life. I can see Buddy is waiting for me to get out of my stall to come in and clean it now. And I'm like, well, I'm not touching it. So I just fucking open the door. I look this guy dead in the face and go, whoops.
You piece of shit.
And I fucking ran out.
You piece of shit.
I ran out. Hey, I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it. I didn't say sorry. I made eye contact with the guy and just went, oops. Oops. And fucking ran. And I can only imagine he turned that corner and looked and was just like, motherfucker. But I guarantee you he was a little bit impressed because it was probably one of the biggest poops I've ever laid.
He was a little. He's like, you know what? I'm not even mad.
I 100% miss. Like,
God.
That's
just
uh,
missed.
That's pretty funny. A
I
13-inch
just
turd.
looked at it and like sagely nodded. It was like,
even if I made it in, the thing was so big, I don't know if it would have flushed. Probably wouldn't have flushed. It was huge.
You have to flush them yourself
Oh,
usually, don't you?
beautiful.
Gotta like fucking stuff them down the hole.
Sure, yeah. I just let mine float there for a bit.
Oh shit. All right. Well, that's enough poop stories for the day.
That's it. Yeah. Started with conspiracies, ended on shit.
Well, that's a classic power hour. All shit.
Bunch of garbage there. Oh, that's fun.
Let's wrap this one up.
Okay. We gotta read our Patreons. It's been a while,
Yeah.
and some people are getting fucking mad. Rightfully so. We haven't read their names because we haven't really recorded one in quite a while. Besides the live one, number 100,
Yeah.
which we did not read any, like a bunch of dummies.
Yeah,
God, that
totally
was funny.
forgot.
That was funny to watch. Today's File 100. I was one of the people watching. It was good.
So, we got, as far as I can go back, is to May 5th. Is that long enough?
I think that's long enough. Hold on, we got that one guy. I can't fucking open it right now for some reason. My internet, I had it queued up, and as it's like trying to reload the page, he had messaged us. He's like, "You guys never said my name."
God damn it. That happens sometimes. Sometimes you miss one, but we don't mean to.
No, we don't mean to.
It's in Patreon messages, or?
Yeah, you just start reading them, and if I can find it, I'll give him a shout out here.
Okay, we'll go with the newest one. Preston Lynn, Ando Rabley, Pat Lee, Black Ron Pond. We met this guy in Vegas. He's an absolute beauty.
He's a fucking beauty.
Great guy.
I was
Was he a dark Samoan fella or?
I wouldn't want to. I don't know what exact country I
was he
would put.
forced with it?
Listen, I barely remember meeting him because I was popping edibles like Tic Tacs. I
Oh,
was in a
shit.
bad
Yeah,
spot.
Yeah.
That was
I
like
do remember. I was like, oh, it's a Black Rod Pod. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, I was out of my mind.
well in Las Vegas. That was like Braden had just started smoking weed again, so his tolerance was low, and then we're all trying to do. He's like trying to do the same amount as everyone, and then maybe he did 4 too many.
That's hilarious.
Took like one of the edibles. It was like, I was thinking, no, whatever.
Okay, we're gonna.
read it up.
Nicholas Worrell.
That's the guy.
He hasn't heard his name in a while.
Booyah.
At all. So there you go, buddy. Thank you so much for your support.
Okay, we're gonna continue down the list then. Angelica, Jilly Saturn. I'm pretty sure. I can't be certain, but I think she pledged, or he. Jilly, is that a he? Girl? It doesn't matter.
I think it's Jilly. That's a Jilly. That's a
Jilly?
guy.
They pledged before, they canceled, and re-pledged again to get the name read again. And
All right.
And 100% props to you for doing that because it works.
It worked.
Michael Higgins, just Jose, Casey McGregor,
Just Jose.
just Jose, one
Just
name,
Jose,
just
all right.
one name, like fucking
Oh, I
Slash.
said
All right.
just
I
Jose.
like it. Just Jose.
No, just okay. Let's try again. Pause. Jose.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Better. Casey McGregor, George Mudry. I don't know. Okay, we got one with a bunch of accents on top, so it's probably Spanish or something. Andre Inocencio. Inocencio. Andre Inocencio. There we go. We'll go with that. Natasha. Ethan Tedford. Rocky D's. Sharon Eastaway. What?
Nothing.
What the fuck you talking about? Eleni. Charlene Marie Byron. Brian N. Madeline. A combo. A twofer. You could say.
Give it a down.
You're allowed to do that if you want to split it. We're not going to say anything. Who cares? Tiffany Donahue. Eric. John Beer. Great name.
Oh, that's a good name. Yeah.
And Blake Pollock. That's as far back in the list as I can go. If we missed someone, let us know. Because actually, this episode is going to come out next. So number 101 and 102 are already read. So I'm not sure what you guys read on there. So maybe you get a double read. Who knows?
Which one is this 101 or 102?
This is just we've
Power Hour 13.
we've diverged from the Power Hours have diverged from the main case files because one time we fucked up the number.
Yeah.
So then we just had to call it Power Hour or something else, and then we diverged the show. So now
Well, hey, since I've been here, things are looking a little more real. I mean, things are looking great in here. I did get with a lot of the fans I met though. I did get a lot of feedback.
Got feedback.
Apparently, we don't drink enough beers.
Well, we drink. It's a weekly show now, so if I drank that much every week, I'd be dead.
That's what I had heard.
Sometimes you get that. It's impossible. We used to do it once every 2 months. I could plan a Saturday once every 2 months to get blitzed with the boys. Now we're recording on a Monday night.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Well,
I
I'm
had
30
6
years
beers
old.
in
If I drink,
100 minutes.
I'm hungover for 2 days.
It's not to say
We'll try to get a really good. Maybe we could try to get a really tie one on for Alien Con. Maybe.
Oh,
Alien
I'll
Con.
message Octavia Vodka, see if they'll send us down with the bottle.
Alien Con.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Alien Con. We're going full send again, just like last Alien Con.
Fuck.
100%.
Full throttle.
Could I still get a ticket for that? You think?
I
I got enough money for it now.
If you get in, we'll get you in. We'll see. We'll work some magic.
We'll get you a ticket if you got to get your flight.
No
you
problem.
gotta get down there.
No problem.
Because
no.
we all we Alien Con bought our hotel, but not our flight, so we still had to pay to get down there.
I remember you guys talking about you guys being the talent, but they don't pay for your flight.
They don't pay for anything except the hotel. They just give.
Not that talented then, eh?
Well, let me tell you something. That hotel's fucking expensive.
It's fucking expensive.
Where are they putting
You know what, though?
Where are
We're
they
not
putting
even
you?
100% sure we're staying there. We're probably staying in bunk beds in the convention center.
Yeah, it's probably like a mechanical room with some
Just
bunk
some
beds.
cots in like the back area.
Yeah.
The loading area.
I wouldn't be mad with that either, though. That'd be fun.
You guys gonna show up to like the fire festival sort of thing, thinking it's gonna be awesome, and you're just gonna be in the shittiest fucking.
We're not even part of the festival.
Like,
No,
We're in the
Dell's
parking
giving
lot.
blowjobs to get us bottled water.
you guys are outside handing out tickets or something.
He's like, nah, take the tooth out.
Oh yeah, let's see that.
Shit. All right, let's
did-
wrap
how
this
did you
up,
do
boys.
that?
I haven't eaten dinner.
Yeah, neither have I.
Hold on. Hey, we got any 5-star reviews?
Oh yeah, we got a couple. All right.
Let's read a couple.
I'm gonna go back.
I want to hear some 1-star reviews.
Go back like a month because it's been a while.
No, because I read a bunch.
Okay,
I read some.
You read some? All right.
All right. I'm gonna go from here. Aiden, take a shot. 5-star review by Casey43168 from the United States. Great podcast. My friend got me into you guys. I'm on case file 33 as I'm writing this review. This podcast is not only funny, but makes it feel like you are there with them as they are theorizing. Keep up the great work, guys, and take one more shot, Braden.
Oh yeah.
LOL.
1
33, I think I was fucking blitzed. on that
100%.
podcast.
In fact, that's back when I was still part of the podcast. 33.
Yeah. Alien Theorists Theorizing. 5-star review by Baker LJ3 from US. My favorite podcast by far.
Woo!
I prolapse
All
my
right.
beehole out of laughter every time I listen. Serious, great content and really funny, guys.
Okay, can I interrupt one really quick? You guys said that you're not calling your followers prolapsers anymore.
It's a good time to discuss it because yes, that's
What happened? Why not?
Can't discuss
We can't-
alive
we
on the
can't-
air.
We can't.
Does
tell
it
you
have
live
something
on
to
air.
do with the word prolapser
It has something to do with
or prolapsing?
it has something to do with legality when we cannot continue
Yeah.
to use it,
Ooh, really?
or we will be. Well,
No, we can't talk
we
about
can't
it right
talk
now.
about anything.
Can't
Okay.
talk.
We can't talk about it. So this
We're-
week
That
doesn't.
when you hear why we're not talking about it, you're gonna be like, "Yeah, boys,
That's
if,
probably-
if it happens."
Trust me,
It doesn't
I'm pretty
happen,
sure
then-
everybody who has a fucking brain in their skull can think about it and be like, what? Even when we first started it, it was kind of one of those issues like, well, it's funny, but
No one listened to the show back then, and it's
yeah.
gone.
I
You know what?
100% said.
No,
this
you
is
have-
not-
Okay, hey,
Dan, shut up. We get it.
But
Dan, we get it. We get it.
You have no idea. You have no idea why we can't use it. But
hey,
it's okay.
if it was up to me,
Truly, I'm
prolapsers.
5-star review. Truly the best pod. 5-star review by McLovin11. This is without a doubt my favorite podcast. I have listened to every episode and some multiple times. Listening helps make a long day at work fly by or a car ride more fun because it makes me feel like I actually have friends.
That's not funny. You have friends. We're your friends.
We're your friends, bud.
It was funny. I
I
was
try to
worded.
recommend this. Yeah, I know. We are your friends.
Fuck yeah.
McLovin.
McLovin. Where's the camera?
I try to
Which one?
recommend
Camera
this
one?
podcast
Camera
to
two.
everyone. Also, the Patreon is definitely worth it. It goes to support the boys, and the content is so worth it. Keep
Oh.
up the great work, guys. Almost to 100 episodes when I am writing this.
Fuck yeah.
Alright.
More than that now.
You guys are gonna lose so much money when this episode comes out.
One last review. Wow. Bullet Tooth 604. Wade here from Kelowna. As an avid fan of all things wow.
Alright.
Kelowna.
These bad dudes know what a fellow theorist likes to hear. Love the pod. These beauties know what it takes to shake up the stale pod pool and really make things a meat draw fun.
Oh,
Always
fuck
ready
yeah.
for the next episode, like a hair of the dog drinky poo. Keep it going, guys. You guys layeth the podcast down on the prolapsers. If you smell what Mr. Conspiracy is farting.
Oh.
Okay, hey, can I point out, man? You need to 100% read off a screen all the time. You can read great when you're reading off your own computer. If you got the fucking
Oh.
any sort of book in your hands, buddy.
Oh, he's
Hey, I'm giving you a
he's
compliment.
teeing
You're
it
reading
up.
great.
great reading, Braden.
Yeah,
Great reading.
you're chirping me. I've been reading for 100
You've been reading for what, 30 years? Yeah.
I'm-
30
I'm-
years? You
I'm-
still suck at it.
At this point, I'm reading it at like a grade 55 level.
Guys, he's pretty much God. This comes to reading.
Anyways, everyone, if you're not already, you can find us on all social media: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, everything. Do you want to support us on Patreon? We run an ad-free podcast. No ads. It's 100% by us. There's no corporate bullshit going on in this
Corporate
podcast.
That's what
No.
makes us the best podcast.
We got tons. We almost have a full another podcast.
Oh, we're probably.
Go give it a listen.
I bet you we're probably at almost 50 hours of bonus stuff on the Patreon there. So
Oh yeah, 100%. So as we always like to say at the end of this, let me try this again. As we always like to say at the end of these things, keep those eyes on the skies.
peace.
See you guys later.